The president is now viciously mocking the 2016 Republican presidential candidates for complaining about the unfair moderators at the CNBC debate. Here's what he said last night.
Have you noticed that every one of these candidates say, Obama's weak. Putin's kicking sand in his face. When I talk to Putin, he's going to straighten out. Just looking at him, he's going to be. And then it turns out they can't handle a bunch of CNBC moderators.
All right, back with the reaction. The author of the brand new book, Crippled America, How to Make America Great Again, 2016 GOP presidential candidate Donald Trump. I have never in my life witnessed a more whiny human being than this president. He whines about Fox News. He whines about talk radio. And it's embarrassing that Assad and Putin and the mullahs are kicking sand in our face. And I don't really think that's funny, especially giving the Iranians nuclear weapons. But I wanted to get your take on it. To me, it wasn't that funny, considering the bad state of affairs he's created.
Well, it's very simple. First of all, the Republican candidates, we almost bonded that day more than any other day. I mean, it was sort of amazing. We all almost came together because John Harwood was a disaster. I mean, he was so terrible. He probably ruined his career. And I thought Becky and I thought Carl were absolutely fine, but I thought Harwood was terrible. And, you know, there's no anything there. We just bonded. And I think, frankly, they were the ones that looked bad, not the candidates. In fact, I got very high poll numbers from the debate. They were very complimentary toward me and some other people in the debate. But our president, you know, is talking about this. He's been a terrible president. Everything he does is wrong. The Iran deal is wrong. Obamacare is wrong. The military is wrong. We can't do anything right. We're like the gang that couldn't shoot straight. We can't do anything right. We bomb a hospital. Nobody knows what happened. Everything we do is wrong. It just doesn't work. The country's not working anymore. We're 19 trillion. The country doesn't work anymore. But he's sort of okay, and I would say not great, at, you know, delivering little quips like that.
Yeah.
But
well, let me ask you then.
He was a great divider. Hey, Sean, great divider. I really thought the one thing, he would be a cheerleader for the country. I didn't know. Maybe he doesn't have the experience. He probably wouldn't be good. Who knows? But he's turned out to be an unbelievable divider. And even comments like that are very divisive comments. But the bottom line, he's been a terrible president.
Yeah. You have said you are not going to do the CNBC, I guess, universal debate that they had planned, that you will negotiate directly with the TV networks on debates. Where do you stand now as it relates to debates, moderators going forward? What is Donald Trump's plan?
Well, honestly, I don't know why that was even said, because I don't care. I mean, they give me a podium. They've asked me some very negative questions, including your Megyn. They've asked me very, very disgraceful questions, frankly. And last time with Harwood, the same thing happened. They were inappropriate questions, and I take them and I do them and I do whatever I have to do. And it comes out just fine. So I don't really care. I like the idea of debates. I've done well in the debates, according to everybody. And according to the polls, I've led every debate, #1 in every debate, which you know, and I couldn't say it unless I did. Even CNBC said the last debate, it was their debate. They said I won the debate.
It was very
I like the
rated.
Debates.
Let me ask a very important question.
Yeah, but I like the debates. I don't really care that much. I'll be honest. This is more of an issue for other people. I do say this. The networks are making a fortune with the debates. I think they should give money to the wounded warriors and to the veterans. They're making a fortune.
I agree with that.
They used to have 2 million people watching. Now they're having 24 and 25 million people watching, even though it is because of Trump, but I won't say that. But they have 24, 25 million people watching. They should give some of the money to the wounded warriors and to the veterans.
Let's say you become president. Let's talk about the first 100 days. What would you do specifically on the economy? What would you do on health care, the borders? What would you do about Putin and this horrible Iranian deal? Walk me through those 100 days. How fast do you think you could act and get on that path, as you say, to make America great?
Well, I do a lot of things very quickly. One good thing about executive orders is that the new president can go in and sign a new executive order and knock it out immediately. We can counter it immediately, and you don't have to go through Congress. So his horrible order that he signed on illegal immigration, where people are just flowing into the country horribly without any checks or balances. We don't even know who's coming in. That would be ended immediately. I would work immediately on Obamacare, repeal and replace, and we would do something terrific there. I would immediately get Carl Icahn and the greatest geniuses at negotiating, and we would work on Japan and China and Mexico because they're taking our jobs, and I want to bring our jobs back. I'll save Social Security. I'll save Medicare. Ben Carson wants to get rid of Medicare. You can't get rid of Medicare. You know, Medicare is a program that works. There's fraud, there's abuse, there's waste. But you don't get rid of Medicare. You can't do that. People love Medicare, and it's unfair to them. I'm going to fix it, make it better, but I'm not going to cut it. I will get rid of the fraud, the waste, the abuse, all of the problems, but we will have Medicare. When Carson wants to get rid of it, that's a disaster. You look at Rubio at the border. If I'm not in, you know, all of these people, including Ben Carson, are very, very weak on illegal immigration. Listen, and they're all for amnesty.
We better secure our border.
And I will tell you, there's nobody that has my attitude on creating the border. And I will build a wall, and Mexico will pay for the wall. Sean, they're going to pay for it because they're making a fortune. We give them billions of dollars. People don't know this. We give them billions of dollars, and we have a trade imbalance with Mexico, $45 billion a year. A wall is peanuts. No politician's going to make them do that, but I will.
Saturday Night Live, you excited?
And that's just a few of the things.
Give us a preview of SNL. Have you looked at what's going to happen?
Well, right after I finish with you, I'm going over to see Lorne Michaels and the people at Saturday Night Live, and we're going to start working on it. And we had fun. I did it 11 years ago. The Apprentice was #1, and they asked me to do it. I did it 11 years ago. So here we are 11 years later for a different reason. I guess I'm doing it this time. But it'll be a lot of fun.
All right, Mr. Trump, as always, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, John.